ready to twirl one. Comes with ball one. The umpires this morning, it's Lee Evans calling balls and strikes behind the plate. Casey Waite from the USA at first base. Ashley Mamakola from South Africa at second. Daryl Helmer is your third base umpire from Canada. Tony Kairuna from New Zealand is working on the substitutions, and running the 20-second pitch clock is Yuri Dostal from the Czech Republic. Lee Evans comes from Australia. With a 1-1 count. Down and away, and a lot of pop on the pitch from Kento Okazaki. So as we said, he'll be fresh and he is looking ready to go.
He's got a good up and a good drop ball, has a change as well.
Swing and a miss. Right on through that goes Migliavacca.
And Kyle, we've watched a lot of these guys on Team Japan go from the junior ranks and make the jump up to the senior side of things. And Kento being one of them, and I think that as a pitcher, they might have the biggest adjustments to make.
Well, absolutely. That's the last thing to develop when you're a young pitcher coming up through and making that jump to senior is the development and the pitch and the pace at which that ball gets to the plate. Just underway here on Saturday morning in Whitehorse, Yukon. Migliavacca leads things off. He takes called strike three. And down on strikes goes Migliavacca, so turn it around the other way and one down in the inning.
I think Migliavacca was looking at something else, and Kento certainly didn't agree, catching him looking on the outside corner.
So Juan Malarchuk will come to the plate. Off speed, swing and a miss for strike one. There's that changeup you talked about, Lance. And down the line, foul. Out in front of that one again, so took a bit more off of it.
And Kento does a good job. He sort of has a fast, a medium, and a bit of a slower speed. So some variation there. Tough on the hitters.
Okazaki throws the hard stuff, misses for a ball. Muramoto thought he would get the call and had started to set himself up for the throw around. Lee Evans says ball one. And that rise ball well out of the zone. Argentina brought their bats yesterday and on the strength of the arm of Roman Godoy punched their ticket to this morning as the 4 seed. And called strike three. Malarchuk down on strikes looking, so back-to-back strikeouts turned around the other way. Shows right there that Okazaki is on point working on those corners.
Well, you saw that pitching sequence, started off with 2 changeups, then went with a slower change, then came back with a rise ball, and then good hard stuff on the outside corner.
That one fouled off, another off-speed pitch.
And you see, Kyle, you got Manuel Godoy here in the 3 spot. Just 3 for 14, only batting .214. So need a little more production out of him here if this Argentinian team wants to advance and contend for a medal.
And on the plate called for a strike. You know, we've talked a couple times through the course of the week here that with a hard-hitting lineup, sometimes the best thing is to throw a heavy dose of off speed just to get him out on that front foot. And so far, Okazaki Kento is working on that.
Well, I think you found, and we've seen here in this tournament for sure with the likes of Adam Folkart, for example, that sometimes, like you said, having more of a variety of pitches is probably maybe more beneficial than having extreme velocity, because guys can hit the hard stuff. It's when they have to go up there and guess that's when they start second guessing, and you got a change in your back of your mind, and that causes the hesitation, and that's what you want as a pitcher.
So Kento offers that rise out of the zone. You have to leave that doubt in the back of the batter's mind with your pitches. If they know that you're just going to throw hard, and harder, it's easy to catch up to. That went into the dirt for ball 3, so our first full count here this morning. As Kento Okazaki on the mound here to lead this Japan team to what hopes to be an afternoon tilt against the winner of the USA-Australia game, which comes up after us. Up and in, ball 4. So Godoy draws a walk. And Bruno Matroni now will come to the plate. Definitely looks in discomfort out on the diamond. Watching him during the player introductions, he's standing there and waiting, and you can tell he's definitely a little ginger on that one leg.
Sort of pulled up, almost pulled up lame running down the first baseline, trying to leg out a hit in yesterday's ball game. He actually left the ball game. And it's good to see him back here because this team certainly needs him. 4 home runs, 8 RBIs in this tournament.
He's their leading hitter on the diamond as that pitch misses. So the interesting question will be is how can he get down the bases? What's his running like? Because standing there in the box, you can tell if it's his right leg, and that appears to be what it is. He is definitely a lot more straight up on that right leg. Swing and a miss.
Well, I can see here, and you're absolutely, and it is the right hamstring, and you can see the way he is dug into the back of the batter's box. He's actually behind the line, and he's got a bit of a trench so that he can allow for a little more push-off there.
And now he's going to get moved up.
And you could clearly see that the mark that he initially had was well behind that line.
Yeah. The interesting thing also will be is you get that trench, but what does he have for leverage to push and drive through the ball? Okazaki Kento drops that in for called a strike. Again, that changeup. 2-2 the count runs. There you see the foot on that back line. Matroni awaits the offering. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down on strikes goes Matroni. Strike out the side around the walk for Okazaki Kento, and down we go to the bottom half of the first inning here on Sports Canada TV.
Argentina 0, Japan coming to bat. Ladies and gentlemen, remind everyone that smoking is permitted in designated areas only. Please ask a volunteer to direct you to the nearest designated smoking area. Thank you. You're also asked to please do your part. Please use the garbage receptacles and ashtrays located throughout the park. We'd like to thank Mizuno for their support of the World Baseball Softball Confederation. Mizuno is an official supplier of the WBSC and the Men's World Championship.
Bottom of the first inning as Japan will come to the plate. Defensively for Argentina, it's Mariano Montero, Tio Migliavaca, and Juan Zera, left, right, and cross in the outfield. Gonzalo Ojeda plays at third. Gustavo Godoy up the middle on the left side. Juan Malarchuk, second baseman. Manuel Godoy at first. Leonardo Latasa behind the plate. And the tall, young right-hander, Roman Godoy, on the mound for Team Argentina. For Japan, it's Yusuke Morita who will lead things off. Masaki Sawada bats second. As that ball to the backstop. Daishi Uramoto bats third. Hikaru Matsuda, your 4-hitter. Tsukasa Oishi will bat fifth. Naoki Kawada batting in the 8th spot. 7, 8, 9 hitters. Taiyo Kataoka, Yo Kishikawa, and Yusuke Itoze for Team Japan.
Kyle, we did the Canada-Japan game yesterday, and Morita led off. Swung at the first pitch, popped it up. Next at bat, swung at the first pitch, grounded out. So some quick outs. Better job here.
Down to first base and easily played. That at bat, Lance, 4 pitches. He's seen as many pitches as he did yesterday. But still nothing to show for it. As he relays a little bit of information to Sawada as he steps in. Ramon Godoy, another junior age player from Argentina, as that off-speed pitch comes for a strike. But Ramon Godoy and Jaime Omada, the 1-2 combination here for Argentina, are just out of the junior program a cycle ago. Made their debut at the 2015 WBSC in Saskatoon after their journey through the junior program. And this 1-2 combination, if they stick together for the next number of years, Argentina has got some of the best pitching coming up here in the system. And back to the mound, 1-3, 2 quick outs here, Lance. And for Japan, be nice to see a few more pitches.
Well, you have to, and that was one of the points about Morita not seeing a lot. As a leadoff man, it's not just the benefit of yourself, but it's the benefit of the rest of your team to get a look at some more pitches just to see what Godoy is offering. Godoy's got a good up, he's got good velocity, he's got a couple of great changeups. So he's someone that you really need to get a look at, to get a little more familiar with, to get comfortable in that box.
And popping away at that outside corner, you see Latasa moving to that outer edge. And Lee Evans is obliging. So a quick 0-2. Goes well outside, trying to stretch that zone. 1-2. After Sawada came back, he had a quick conversation with Matsuda in the on-deck circle, relaying some information as that ball goes into the dirt for a 2-2 count. Not the first time these two teams have met up. Japan and Argentina played in the Challenge Cup in February down in New Zealand. And it was Japan coming out on top for the bronze medal as that bouncer goes foul. But almost the way they're talking to each other and slowing things down, they're a little thrown off here with Godoy. Ramon works 2-2. Run it full at 3-2, and similar situation as in the top half of this inning. Get 2 out, now you go deep on a count 3-2. And called strike 3. Down on strikes goes Uramoto. So a quick up and down inning for Ramon Godoy and Argentina. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Top half of the second will go. It's 5, 6, 7 hitters due to the plate.
Score is Team Japan 0 and Argentina 0. This event would not be possible without the generous support of our sponsors, including our premier sponsor, Pepsi. Pepsi, the Yukon's choice. The 2017 WBSC Men's World Championship is funded in part by the government of Yukon. Please join us in thanking our volunteer sponsor, Air North, Yukon's airline. They offer daily flights to Vancouver, as well as regular flights to Calgary, Edmonton, Kelowna, Ottawa, and Yellowknife. Visit flyairnorth.com to book all your travel.
Juan lead things off here for Argentina. Just in the top half of the second inning, you haven't missed anything. Argentina had one base runner in the top half of the first. Japan goes down in order, and that high pop fly in foul territory makes the grab. Daishi Uramoto for the first out.
And Wanzara, the Argentinian team's leading hitter, with a 500 average. He's 8 for 16. I'm sure he would like another opportunity going after that first pitch, and popping things up.
Well, it's a good rise ball from Okazaki. And misses with the opener. Gustavo Godoy, the shortstop, at the plate. And that ball sent out towards center, but camping under it is Kawada for the catch. 2 down.
So far, a good inning for Okazaki. Got to give Katioka some credit as well.
Gonzalo Ojeda now tries to extend this inning. And a drop ball in the dirt. Kyle Smith and Lance Wynn here with you for this morning broadcast. And a strike on that inside corner.
You can just see Okazaki getting stronger as the innings go through here.
And called strike 2. So a 1-2 count to Ojeda. And ball 2. That ball gets on you in a hurry, coming from Kento. Lee Evans just checking the count with his counterparts, and it is 2-2 as we have up on the board. Ball 3, 3-2. Overcast day here in Whitehorse. And a swing and a miss. Great rise ball there from Kento Okazaki. Down on strikes for the third out. Up and down they go. Nothing doing, nothing to tell you about here yet on a Saturday morning. Coming to you live from the Pepsi Softball Center in Whitehorse, Yukon.
No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 1.5, there is still no score on either side.
It's a sequel, so that's...
Ladies and gentlemen, for your safety, please be aware that during the course of play, softballs can be thrown and hit into the stands. Please be careful, as softballs can travel at a high rate of speed. Please do not throw the ball back onto the field of play. Instead, find a volunteer to pass the ball to. Thank you. Please join us in thanking our official suppliers, Air North, Bolson Coors, Home Hardware, Whitehorse Motors, Super Safe Fence Rentals, Patrick Aubert's Productions, 96.1 FM The Rush, and Standard Bus Yukon.
Bottom half of the second here as it's the 4, 5, 6 hitters who will come to the plate. Designated player Hikaru Matsuda, followed by Tsukasa Oishi and Naoki Kawada due to the plate.
Leading off for Team Japan, designated player, number 20.
And again, we work on the back foot placement. First pitch swinging, knocked down by Godoy. On to first, in time.
Good job, Godoy. Didn't originally field it cleanly on the backhand, but stuck with it, and a good strong throw over to first to get Matsuda.
Number 25, Tsukasa Oshi.
And drop that one in for a strike. And quickly 0-2.
Runs might be at a premium here today, the way these two guys are throwing.
and fouled off. That was one thing we were kind of surprised at in our game was Japan really didn't play the small ball like you're used to seeing.
I agree with you. That used to be where you knew if they got a man aboard that even with just with one out that there was potential that they were going to lay it down and at the very least move that runner over. There doesn't seem to have been that same focus on that or that same way that they've decided to execute. And that's you're right, a bit of a change there, Kyle.
Into the dirt, holding up his swing is Oishi. His appearance almost giving away that he thought he swung at it. But the count now at 2-2. And foul that off. Took the bid off that pitch. Dig Godoy.
You saw Oishi kind of hitch a bit and just able to get enough on it to stay alive.
2-2 count. Swing and a miss. Getting up after that rise ball. As he comes up empty. 2 down in the inning, and Naoki Kawada will come to the plate.
Good sequence from Godoy. As you're just not seeing the same pitch twice. None of these hitters are.
Ball one as it skipped into the glove of Latasa. And comes back, evens it up. Bulk of the day is supposed to be just about like this. Overcast with clouds rolling through as the day goes on. There is a slight chance of rain later on in the day.
Well, with the overcast clouds, certainly ideal ball playing weather, as long as the rain holds off.
2-2. And that one lined out for Kawada. And again, up and down they go. Japan, snake bitten here in the playoffs to start their march towards what hopes is a medal. We'll come back with the top half of the third. Argentina coming to the plate on Sports Canada TV.
Please join us in thanking our community sponsors. The City of Whitehorse, Micmac Toyota, North of 60 Petro, Pizza Hut, and Total Track Yukon. Molson Coors is an official supplier of the 2017 Wbsc Men's World Championship and a proud supporter of the Yukon softball community. Super Save is a proud supporter of the 2017 Wbsc Men's World Championship. The Yukon's #1 fence rental and propane supplier, Super Save provides for all your special event needs. Barbara Streisand.
Leonardo Latasa comes to the plate to lead things off here in the top half of the third inning in a 0-0 ball game with Team Japan. Argentina and Japan doing battle here this morning, trying to find their way to this afternoon. The winner of this takes on the winner of the USA-Australia game, which follows us immediately after. As Latasa calls time.
Latasa 3 for 8, batting .375 here in this tournament.
Oh, and 1 count. Into the dirt for a ball. Latasa punches that on the right side, just foul by 6 inches. Couldn't hang on to that line, Lance, but right off the bat, it looked pretty good falling down towards the line, and then it just kicked off to the right.
And from our vantage point, that's probably, we have the best angle, and you're right, Kyle. I thought that was going to stay fair till a late hook pulled it, and it wasn't foul by much.
Easily would have been a double for Latasa, and time called by the first base coach, Bolzan. He'll have a quick word with Leo Latasa.
One time he was driving me to school and he yawned and he didn't pay attention and it went too far and he just had to like drop me. Yeah, he had to go to the hospital. They have to get like a really strong nurse or something.
1-2 count. Called strike 3, and Latasa down on strikes looking. 5 strikeouts here today for Kento Okazaki.
And 3 of those looking, so that tells you that he has got these Argentinian hitters guessing.
Well, after the first pitch, Latasa stepped out of the box and went for a bit of a walk, so just building on that point and swinging at that rise ball well out of the zone is Montero, the 9-hitter. So Okazaki has got these hitters off balance and off kilter as that one misses. Kataoka checks in with Lee Evans to see where that missed. Punched out into right center. That's going to hit. That's going to find the wall. Over to grab it, and Godoy, or rather Montero, scampers into second. And a nice hard hit line double to the power alley in right center, Lance. Gets our first hit of the ball game.
Good piece of hitting there, and good job out there by Kawada to get on that ball and get it in quick. But good piece of hitting from Montero, sitting on something that he liked and was able to drive that out to the gap for a double.
So with one down, a runner out at second now. Quick conversation between Kataoka and Okazaki. Throw to second! Not in time, as just under the tag was Montero, but great play there. Almost caught Montero sleeping.
And Kataoka popped out of that squat in a hurry and got that ball down there.
And lifted foul. Teo Migliavaca at the plate here for Argentina. Struck out looking back in the first inning as Argentina the first one to roll their lineup over.
You can tell that Migliavaca missed the pitch that he wanted.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1-2. Just off the plate for ball 2.
Kataoka held that ball up there for a long time so Lee Evans could take a good look.
Two count. Called strike 3. Down on strikes. Looking again is Teo Migliavaca. 2 down in the inning. 6 strikeouts for Kento Okazaki.
And Migliavaca didn't see the same pitch twice. And that's the risk you take as a hitter. If you're going to sit on a pitch or guess, you guess wrong, you'll end up sitting down quick.
So time called as Okazaki not comfortable with the pitch selection. So out goes Kataoka. Okazaki. Rise ball misses. And right across the letters for a call to strike.
Both these pitchers have been around the strike zone this entire ball game.
Off speed misses for ball 2. Runner at second is Montero after the double. Argentina trying to put the first run up on the board. And when you're playing against Japan, that's an all-important run. Strike 2 called evens it at 2. As we said yesterday in our game, Lance, Japan really never played from behind this week other than in that one loss in round robin to New Zealand. Hold the swing. Didn't go, so the count runs full at 3-2.
I think you're right, Kyle. It's a different team when Japan gets down than they are when they're playing ahead.
Well, once you start playing from behind, that eliminates that short game. 3-2, rise ball, swing and a miss. And again, striking out the side is Okazaki. 7 now for him as they strand that one, hit the double. And we'll head to the bottom half of the third inning here on Sports Canada TV.
Standard Bus Yukon is the official transportation provider of the 2017 Wbsc Men's World Championship. From industrial to employee transportation or corporate travel to athletics. Using Standard's charter fleet services guarantees safe and reliable group travel.
Bottom of the third, and it's the bottom 3 in the order for Team Japan. Karaoke, Koshikiya, and Itoze.
Leading off for Team Japan, the catcher, number 14, Teo Karioka.
Little check swing, excuse me. Someone, Lance, going to get warm for Argentina.
Yep, looks like just doing a little bit of some wind sprints there right now. And it really,
that's Matrone
that's
then.
Matrone getting loose.
Keeping that hamstring loose. Just that light jog. I just saw the back of his head going down there, thought maybe someone was warming up.
No, and you can see he's still favoring that right hamstring clearly. So probably wrapped, but again, it doesn't. The wrapping helps keep you with compression, but it certainly doesn't help you lift that back leg.
Trying to bunt his way on is Kataoka. It rolls foul for strike 2. One 2 pitch as Godoy steps off the mound. Time called.
Of course, Kyle, big game tonight. Undefeated game. Canada taking on New Zealand. That should be a good one.
Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Getting up after that rise ball is Kataoka.
Well, you commented between innings about these two teams going out of the strike zone, swinging at pitches, and it's been consistent on both sides. And really, Japan has been much more disciplined at the plate throughout the week. So a little surprised at their approach here.
And right on through First strike one goes Koshikia.
Now, at the same time, their approach, but Ramon Godoy has something to say about that, and he's certainly playing a role in what they're swinging at.
And off speed for a ball. No, you're absolutely right. And, you know, we've talked about pitch selection and discipline, and Japan normally very good at that. But these last couple of days, they have started to chase, and that's just the good rise ball pitchers that they're facing. Right off the end of the bat onto first as Koshikia down 1-3. But with Cleary's rise ball and now Godoy's rise ball, they are two of the best in the world.
Unless you're JK. No. Unless you're just joking. What?
Opener misses for a ball.
You're calling him? You absolutely were not.
That one misses, but we're going to check a swing. Didn't go. Want to say hello, Blair or Lance, to our broadcast partner Blair Setford back at the home office as that one punched out on the left side. There's the first good swing we've seen in 2 days from Japan. As Atose, the 9-hitter, gets the 2-out single.
And he finally got something or guessed right as he hit that pitch like he knew it was coming. And of course, we always have to say what's up to Mr. Setford, aka Kamish, doing a great job at home base, getting us a lot of stats and a lot of information that, since he has his finger on the pulse of the softball, fastball community.
There you see Leonardo Tassa settling down Roman Godoy after giving up that first hit. And by home office, Lance, when I say that, I mean he's sitting by the pool watching us on his iPad.
I knew exactly what you meant.
On the right side of the infield, out to right field. All of a sudden, back-to-back hits here for Argentina. Puts runners on the corners with 2 down. So Japan has started to make some adjustments. Might see a pinch hitter here, Lance, as the head coach for Team Japan was down to talk with Lee Evans. Tomoka Okamoto with that, as it's Kotamera who will check into the ball game.
Maybe looking for a fresh perspective up at the plate there. And of course, a bit of a chess match. You bring in Mara, and now the Argentinian coaching staff may be giving Roman Godoy a little reminder about their scouting report on Mara and what he does.
So Lee Evans out to break up the conversation. That'll be the first charged conference to Argentina.
For Team Japan, number 5, Kota Mira.
As Kotamera will come to the plate, 2 down, runners on the corners. Swing and a miss. Into the dirt that goes.
Good drop ball from Godoy. You get someone coming in to pinch hit, and you don't want to groove that first pitch.
That one bounces up to the screen. First run comes in, sliding across. And up to second goes Morita on the wild pitch. No chance there for Latassa to block that one.
No, we spoke that this may be one of those games where it comes down to either who makes the fewest errors or who capitalizes on their opportunities the most.
And again, that one back to the screen. So all of a sudden, Roman Godoy, who had faced the minimum up until a Toze, has gotten wild and erratic. And again, Latassa out to settle the youngster down.
Well, we watched the Canada-Japan game yesterday, Kyle, and Japan cruising along, a no-hitter until the sixth, and then one single, one home run, and that was the difference in the ball game. So things can change in a hurry in this game.
Godoy, as that one gets fouled off, runs it even now at 2-2. Mara, the pinch hitter here for Tomoka Okamoto.
It's a big at-bat here for Godoy in Argentina.
Two. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on Mara. Down on strikes he goes for the third out. But one run gets pushed across on 2 hits, and the wild pitches do in Roman Godoy that inning. And Japan jumps out to a 1-0 lead here on Sports Canada TV.
For Team Japan, it was 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 player left on base after 3 complete. It's Japan 1, Argentina no score. For all your 2017 WBSC Men's World Championship merchandise needs, from hats to sweaters, t-shirts to duffel bags, visit the official souvenir booth located in building number 2, just off the grass picnic area. Skip the hassle of looking for a parking spot at the park. There's a free shuttle from 7 different hotels downtown to the Pepsi Softball Center.
Exactly.
For the locations and shuttle schedule,
Back away we go here
2017 mensworldsoftball.com.
as Kento Okazaki has been put out to a 1-0 lead as we go to the top half of the 4th inning.
First baseman, number 27, Manuel Godoy.
So Manuel Godoy will lead it off here. And that one gets lifted up foul. Gustavo Guarneri runs through the signs down at third base for Team Argentina. Godoy punches that out to right field. That's going to carry, and incoming is Kawada for the routine catch.
Kento continues to give these Argentinian hitters some problems.
Designated player, number 28, Bruno Martroni.
So Bruno Matroni now will come to the plate. And a strike called. Misses ball 1.
You can see Matroni's quietly edged his way back to that original spot in the batter's box, way behind the back line.
And fouled off.
And you can tell, not able to do a full twist on the swing, pulling up just a bit, as that's his plant foot. And make it a little hard to generate a lot of power. You can get away with using the arms.
And fouled off. Well, it all starts at the legs, right, Lance, when you're driving through the ball and you're getting those hips clear. So when you can't twist and turn, definitely changes your swing. And into the dirt for ball 2. 2-2. Off speed, misses.
Well, you can see with Kento and Kataoka that their scouting report, they have an idea of who to pitch carefully to and who they're going to go right after.
And that one misses for ball 4. I would think Lance will see a pinch runner, and here comes Julio Gamarchi on cue. It'll be number 11.
Looks like Federico Eder. That will come in to run for Matroni.
So Eder on to pinch run.
Got to get a little more from this at bat from Juan Zara. More than just seeing one pitch, he's the team's leading hitter.
Down to third, up to second, on to first, in time. A 5-4-3 round the horn double play ends the inning, and it's an up and down they go, and we'll head to the bottom half of the 4th inning on Sports Canada TV.
For Argentina, no runs on no hits, no errors, no men left on base. After 3.5 innings, score remains Japan 1, Argentina no score. White Horse Motors and Budget Car and Truck Rental are the official vehicle supplier of the 2017 Wbsc Men's World Softball Championship. Visit www.budget.com for the best deals on car, truck, and SUV rentals. Open 7 days a week with airport and in-town locations. We'd like to thank Mizuno for their support of the World Baseball Softball Confederation. Mizuno is an official supplier of the WBSC and the Men's World Championship.
Bottom half of the 4th inning, in Daishi Uramoto
Number 9, Daishi Uramoto.
as he comes to the plate. Off speed, swinging through that. Almost like he got halfway, Lance, and wanted to stop.
Uramoto, he definitely guessed wrong on that pitch.
And strike called.
And you see Uramoto, despite batting .438 here, 7-16, shuffling around an awful lot in that batter's box.
Swing and a miss. Rise ball down on strikes goes Uramoto.
Godoy making a good hitter look not so good.
5 strikeouts now for
Now batting for Team Japan.
Godoy.
Designated player, number 20, Hikaru Matsuda.
And a swing and a miss.
Good change up there from Godoy. That was medium speed.
You didn't even
Misses for a ball. Hikaru Matsuda at the plate. Ripped down the line. That's going to fall foul. Just tucked into that corner, but Matsuda, who known back home as Godzilla, ripped that down the line.
Hasn't done the little wrist twirl there here in this at bat.
And called strike 3, looking down on strikes. Out number 2. And 2/3 of the way through this inning, Tsukasa Oishi now comes to the plate.
Right fielder, number 25, Tsukasa Oshii.
He was strikeout victim number 2 in the second. One nothing in favor of Team Japan in our first game of the day here on Sports Canada TV. That one will miss for a ball. Kyle Smith and Lance Wynn here with you.
For a minute there, you're going to go with some cinnamon sticks, but we'll leave that. We'll leave that one between you and I.
Probably some of the best cinnamon sticks we've had
I knew you had to get it out.
here in Whitehorse. I'll definitely take those back to Ontario.
What are you going to take back to Ontario?
Cinnamon sticks.
I figured that was the case.
Backhand grab by Godoy on to first. Gets the sliding Oishi to end the inning. Great play by Godoy on the backhand up the hole. In time at first. 6-3, the long way across the diamond, ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We'll head to the top half of the 5th inning on Sports Canada TV.
It's Japan 1, Argentina no score. This event would not be possible without the generous support of our sponsors, including our premier sponsor, Pepsi. Pepsi, the Yukon's choice. We have quite a few spectators who have traveled from various parts of the globe to be here at the 2017 Men's World Softball Championship. On behalf of the organizing committee, welcome to Canada. Welcome to Whitehorse. We're glad you're here.
Top half of the 5th inning here as Gustavo Godoy will lead things off for Argentina. 1-0 in favor of Team Japan as we get to the business end of the ball game. And Godoy slow to get in the box. Okazaki with the opener for ball 1.
Kento's pitched a heck of a ball game up to this point, has gotten some help from his defense. But of course, that's to be expected.
Yeah, you really want to let other people.
Winner of this game, moving on. The loser is going home.
And he'll miss for a ball. Misses. 4 straight pitches puts Godoy down at first base. We'll bring Gonzalo Ojeda up to the plate.
First time in this game that Argentina has had the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting for Argentina, third baseman
I think we're going to see a pitching change, Lance.
Gonzalo Ojeda.
Looks as though number 22.
That's Yuki Mori.
So Yuki Mori comes on, gets loose. We'll take a quick break. This pitching change brought to you by Ballpark Broadcasting. So it's Yuki Mori who comes on in relief from Okazaki Kento. As that leadoff walk does in Okazaki. So he'll go 4 innings plus, still responsible for that runner. Gives up just the 1 hit, but 3 walks with 7 strikeouts for Kento Okazaki. And that pitch misses from Mori, and the count runs 2-0. So 6 pitches this inning, 6 balls to the Argentina hitters. And that one skips way, not far enough though for Gustavo Godoy to advance.
All of a sudden, after pinpoint accuracy throughout this ball game, Japanese pitchers having a hard time finding the strike zone. And these pitches really haven't been close.
That one comes in and they'll get a piece of Ojeda. So leadoff runners on now. 1 on the walk and 1 on the hit batsman.
Bullpen still very active for Japan, and appears to be an extra short leash.
So pinch runner out at second is number 7, Matthias Miniguti. He'll run for Godoy.
And there will be another pitching change. It'll be Takeya Keakuno that's going to come in.
So we'll take a break, come back with more on Sports Canada TV. This pitching change brought to you by Ballpark Broadcasting.
Pitching for Team Japan, number 16, Takeya Keakuno.
Away we go here after the second pitching change. So the pitching line on Yuki Mori is 1 batter faced, reached by a hit batsman, and gets the hook. So he's responsible for the runner at first in Ojeda. Bunting down the line. That's a fair ball. Got him at third.
Good heads-up play there by Itosi. He jumped on that ball and made a quick pivot and got that ball over to third in a hurry to get the lead runner. And that could be a very big play here in this inning.
The wherewithal of Itosi, like you said, to get that, but also to have Koshikia at the bag in time to get the out. Great defense by Team Japan. And they're a third of the way out of this jam. Still runners on first and second. Montero at the plate. He'll look to bunt. Now a swing through and foul that off. Montero had that double lance back in the 3rd inning. He hit the power alley in right center.
Well, he still has the only hit here in this ball game for Argentina.
Iacuno comes with it. That one's going to get up the middle. Stopping and falling down. A tough break for Argentina. So load the bases.
And that was a footing issue there. Ojeda tried to change up the angle just a bit coming around third base and got tripped up a bit over the corner of the bag and went down in a heap. Fortunate for Team Japan there. And give Kawada some credit as he came charging in on that ball and got on it quick, so Ojeda had no chance to recover and score.
Pinch hitter coming to the plate for Argentina as they lift Migliavaca, who struck out looking twice. It'll be Francisco Lombardo who will come to the plate with the bases loaded here, in a big spot for Team Japan and a bigger spot for Argentina as Japan hangs on to that 1-0 lead here.
Well, based on what we talked about Japan not playing well from behind, this could be the difference in this ball game.
And a strike called. Lombardo has one thing on his mind right now, and that's driving the ball and scoring some runs.
At the very least, you got to come out of here with a tie.
Iacuno, swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch there from Takuya. And an 0-2 count, so got a little room here to work with. Time called as we're well into that 20-second clock. We're getting awfully close to that clock running out. And he hit him. Trying to come inside and tie the ball game on a hit batsman. Tough break for Japan.
Certainly is not the way you want to give up the tying run. Not only that, but bases remain full. And you've got the meat of the order here for Argentina.
Juan Malarchuk will come to the plate. I think we're going to see a re-entry of Teo Migliavaca as Julio Gamarchi talking with the substitution umpire Tony Cairuna. So we do have the re-entry of Migliavaca, and we're going to see number 59, Alan Piquer come in to run for Leonardo Latasa.
So good speed at third base. Anything that gets away from Kataoka, you can bet Piquer is going to be full steam down that line.
Dropped it in for a ball. Still not out of the woods here in the fifth inning is Team Japan. Malarchuk is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but that was against Kento Okazaki. And misses with a ball. Okazaki started the inning with 4 straight pitches for a ball and a walk to Godoy. He was lifted. Yuki Mori came on and promptly hit Gonzalo Ojeda. He was lifted. And now Kayakuna is on the mound, and he pumps that one in for a call to strike. 2-1. So 3 pitchers this inning in the first 3 hitters. Since then, it's gone fielder's choice single and a hit batsman to drive in a run. And called a strike, 2-2. That infield is drawn in, Lance, in front of at least the shortstop. Koshikia is in front of the baseline. Now creeping in is Sawada. And a little check swing. Got it, bobbled it. No play, and into score comes Pecaire with the go-ahead run.
No, and no chance there. Good contact. Just to put that ball in play, you put the pressure on the infielders. It was a tough hop for Sawada, and you knew that as soon as it came up, if you don't field that one cleanly, you're not going to have any chance to get anyone. Not sure what you're going to score that. If you got to score that in E4.
I've got that as an E4 with him getting the ball in the glove right away. It was on the transfer, he bobbled it, and all hands safe. So an E4 to Sawada, and a quick visit to the mound from Okamoto. But the base is still loaded here. 2 runs in as Argentina jumps out in front 2-1. As Manuel Godoy now comes to the plate.
And that's exactly what Team Japan did not want, to relinquish that lead.
And that one gets lifted up foul. We are burning through substitutes like you wouldn't believe.
No playing around here. Obviously both teams, no problems making changes.
Up and in, turning away from that is Godoy. Count even at 1-1. Gamarchi has Montero, Gonzalez, and Mata left on the bench. And a dribbler to the plate for one. Throw it out into right field. Ill-advised throw. 1 run in, 2 runs in. Obstruction at third, and around to third base comes Manuel Godoy as they are given a gift. 5-2 to take Montero out of the equation with the second out. And then an E2 allows the runners to come in and score. So a fielder's choice for Godoy. And then on the air, he gets around to third. And now Bruno Matroni will come to the plate. No, he won't. So looks as though, unless he's going to leave Eder in the ball game.
Well, the carousel continues. Who would have thought that would have been a bases clearing ground out? And a big error behind the plate there by Kataoka.
That's a tough play for Kataoka because he takes the ball from the third baseman facing third, has to turn and fire. Running on the inside of the, right on the line was Godoy. Would have been better off just to hang on to it.
Well, you're right, and he did a good job. It was a very good pivot. The problem was when you've got to do a full 280 on that and still have a pinpoint spot, not having the leeway of the entire base, you're really limiting yourself.
And a high chopper out into center field, and everything coming up spades here for Argentina, as now they're just popping the ball into play on the single by Eder. Juan Sara now comes to the plate. He's the 9th man to appear here this inning. But I mean, when you talk about that play, it would have been tough even if he's on the open side because Godoy got down the line. It was a slow developing play. So give up 1 and fight on in the inning. Well, instead, you throw it into the corner and clear the bases.
Well, I think when he pivoted, he probably didn't realize the size of Godoy and how much room he's going to take out. He's going to shrink your whole target area.
And a little squibbler up onto first will end the inning. But they strike for 5 on just 2 hits. Some walks, a hit batsman, and a couple of errors. Tells the story here in the top half of the 5th inning. 5-1 now for Argentina. Bottom half coming up. It's 6, 7, 8 hitters due up.
Productive inning for Argentina. 5 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 man left on base through 4.5 innings. It's Team Mizuno is an official supplier of the WBSC and the Men's World Championship. We remind everyone that smoking is permitted in designated areas only. Please ask a volunteer to direct you to the nearest designated smoking area.
So away we go to the 5th inning. Roman Godoy has been put out to a 4-run lead here.
And you can bet Godoy's not going to get, he's going to get stronger now as he's got a little bit of a cushion to work with.
And that one going to bounce up and get up onto the umpire. As Naoki Kawada will start things off after a dismal top half of this inning if you're a Team Japan fan, giving up 5 runs and throwing this game away almost with those errors in the inning.
Well, and 2 errors, very uncharacteristic of the Japanese defense.
Godoy to the backstop, and again he struggles with his control.
Well, that'll be the last time I say he should be comfortable coming in here with a little bit of a cushion. Right now he's a little too comfortable.
And a strike at the knees.
Surprise, Kyle. Whitehorse and their support of this game of softball fast pitch was unreal. When you come to the ballpark and there are fans in their seats.
There's a bouncer out into center as Kawada leads things off with a single.
You've got fans in their seats before the teams even arrive. That tells you that this community comes out to support this sport. Well, we'll see if Team Japan can answer here. When you give up 5, you need to reply.
There's a high hopper. Just on to first for out number 1. You'll gladly trade runs for outs in this situation.
That was clear as you saw Malarchuk just not even worry about the runner going to second base. He was going to take the out all the way. Would have been a very close play at second had he chosen to go in that route.
And followed in for a strike. Kyle Smith, Lance Wynn here with you on Saturday morning, turning into early afternoon here on Sports Canada TV. Argentina now out in front 5-1 as they put 5 on the board here in the top half of the 5th. Speaking of Sports Canada, doing a great job here this week battling the weather as we've grinded through some days. Director Adam Donnelly is off to our left. Jillian Landrigan is behind home plate on the camera. Elliot Goodyear in center field, and Tom Melanchuk is working at third base. Great crew that Troy Al Brown has put together here for us. Makes our jobs a whole heck of a lot easier. One and 2 count with runner at second here. 1 down in the inning. And Godoy, that one flared foul.
Koshiaka looks like he might be poised and primed for a changeup here from Godoy. Fouled off the last 2 pitches he's seen.
Fouled off. A few fans starting to get some rain gear out in case it's needed, and everybody coming prepared with umbrellas and coats, some blankets. It's a cool, fresh day here in Whitehorse.
Well,
As you said earlier, though, perfect ball playing weather.
And these fans here are not rookies.
That one lifted out into left field. Falls in for a base hit and up to third. Moves Kawada. He had to hang out in between the bases to make sure that fell in. So 2 singles puts runners on the corner now, and Yosuke Itoze will come to the plate.
It's like some action in the Argentinian bullpen.
Looks as though that's Maximiliano Montero getting loose, and now Julio Gamarchi will come to the mound.
You got to figure Godoy logged a lot of innings yesterday. Back out there today, he's been very effective here, giving up just 1 run up to this point. So you have to figure, though, that he's going to be winding down and that Gamarchi just might be giving Montero a little bit more time to get in a few more warm-up pitches.
Well, Gamarchi also just talking to the infielders about the situation, if what they're going to do when Koshikia takes off running. As I said earlier, I'd be willing to give up the run for the out if you can get that runner at second.
Well, you know, if they try the play to draw the throw and whether or not you're going to send either your pitcher's going to cut it off, or sometimes you bring your shortstop all the way across, he cuts it off, and you go for that runner at third trying to bait him to make an attempt at the plate.
Godoy back to work and swinging and missing and fouling that off, and off and running was Koshikia. So Japan looking to move that runner into second base. And a swing and a miss. Strike 2. That one popped up into center. Falling, backhand grab and a basket catch for the out. And a run comes in to score. Give an RBI to Itoze on the pop fly. Nice play, though, by Godoy to get out there and make that basket catch.
I think that was Mallard Shoop, Kyle, that made that over-the-shoulder grab and had no chance after he slipped there to get the runner tagging, but was heads up enough to get a throw over to first base to keep that runner where he's at.
And a swing and a miss by Morita. He broke out last time getting a single after an 0 for 3 day yesterday, and starting this game off with the ground out. And again, pulls the string, does Godoy. 0-2 here to the leadoff man, Yoshiki Morita. 1 run in here with a runner at first for Japan. They've cut the lead down to 3, 5-2 now for Argentina.
Well, a good response. Someone puts up some runs. You come back with, at the very least, one of your own.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strike 7 now for Roman Godoy. But 1 run gets pushed in on 2 singles from Team Japan. It's 5-2 as we head to the top half of the 6th inning.
For Team Japan, it's 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. After 5 complete, it's Argentina 5 and Japan 2. The 2017 Men's World Softball Championship is powered in part by volunteers. A big thank you to the record number who signed up to help host this event. When you see one in the red volunteer vests, please give them a smile. For game schedules, ticket information, or other details, please visit 2017mensworldsoftball.com. Go to Twitter for current information or to follow games in play. Updates are posted at Wbsc Men's 2017.
charge.
Knew you weren't going to say anything when you heard that.
So away we go to the top half of the 6th inning. It'll be Gustavo Godoy who comes into the ball game, re-entering after he was pinch run for.
Important here for Japan to have a clean inning after giving up those 5 an inning ago.
And another pitcher, Lance, here for Team Japan is number 18, Yuya Yamawaki, has come on into the ball game. So pitcher number 4 here for Tomoaki Okamoto and Team Japan. And that fouled off by Godoy. Saw 3 pitchers in the 5th. Godoy walked to lead it off. There was a pitching change. Gonzalo Ojeda was hit at his plate appearance. There was a pitching change. And then we rounded out the inning on our 3rd pitcher, Takuya Keyakuno.
Definitely a game pitching by committee.
As that one gets lifted up. No man's land. Someone's got to get there, and he makes the grab on the slide. Does Oishi. Nice play in right field.
Great grab out there by Oishi. Not an inch to spare as he just got that ball before it hit the green.
So Gonzalo Ojeda comes to the plate. Opener misses for a ball.
You see Yamawaki doesn't have the same velocity as an Okazaki, but obviously a lot more finesse.
That ball gets lifted up. Left center, overcomes Kawada. He'll make the grab for the out. 2 quick outs here in the top half of the 6th. And if you're wondering how many more pitchers does Japan have, they've got 1 more in their back pocket, as Hikaru Matsuda, the designated player, could be sent into action.
Well, we can't forget either Hayami Takahashi, who pitched a heck of a ball game yesterday in a losing cause to Team Canada. Not sure if he's available, but I guess you got to figure that everyone might have to contribute here.
Got to win to get to tomorrow and later on today. And really no one, I guess, other than Okazaki Kento pitched enough that they wouldn't be available.
And maybe that's what Japan, and I mean, you're getting ahead of yourself for sure, but I think pitching by committee is going to be much more beneficial if you do have to play another game today.
All hands on deck here because you have to win this one to get to the next one. 1-2 count. Misses for ball 2. Kyle Smith and Lance Wynn here with you on early Saturday afternoon from Whitehorse, Yukon. Joined by, I'd say, about 300 of our closest friends this morning. That one goes off the front leg of Ojeda, or rather Latasa. And the early birds who have joined us for this morning's game will be joined by some more of their friends as this day goes on.
Saw the crowd yesterday, and it was packed in here.
Into the dirt, ball 3.
That for the Canada game, and then the game to follow, which was an extremely good ball game, New Zealand and Australia, with the Black Sox winning that one.
Misses for ball 4, so 2-out walk for Leonardo Latasa. 2-out catcher as Ojeda now runs at first base. Lee Evans just doing his due diligence to make sure that the right runner is stationed at first base. Time called. And Camarchi just makes sure that everyone's on the same page. Montero takes the opener for a strike. He's 2 for 2 today, Lance, with a double and a single.
I think he's been the best hitter today for Argentina.
And a called strike. Got a lot of squiggly lines indicating either a substitution or pitching changes. So there's been a lot going on in here, and he's one of few players that hasn't been touched this ball game as that gets lifted up on the right side, over traveling and just out of play on the right side. And he is the only one 2 for 2. So the fact that they're up 5-2, if you looked at the box score, you'd say, how in the heck did that happen? But hit batsman, 2 walks, 3 errors. Did in Team Japan in the 5th. They came back and scored one in the bottom half of the inning to make it 5-2, which is where we stand now here in the top half of the 6th. Montero lifts that out of play.
No, Kyle, you're right. It was Team Japan was cruising along for 4 innings. Got an inning-ending double play in the 4th to sort of halt any kind of momentum that Argentina had, but the 5th was a bit of a disaster. And they gave up 5 runs. And the question is, and we discussed it, Japan not known as a team to come back very well. They like to play with the lead. And they're going to have to do something about that this time around.
That one yanked down the line right off the leg and on to first from Atose. Gets the job done. So 5-3, they work around that walk. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Argentina up by 3 on Sports Canada TV.
Wbsc Men's 2017 and share them with the world. Ladies and gentlemen, you're reminded to please do your part. Please use the garbage receptacles and ashtrays located throughout the park. The 2017 Wbsc Men's World Championship is funded in part by the government of Yukon. Leading off for Team Japan, second baseman, number 12, Masaki Sawada.
Masaki Sawada will lead it off here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
See, that pitch was rolled in there by Godoy. He had a good laugh at it. Similar to the way he started off the last inning with a couple of off the screen.
And a strike called.
Well, nothing worse than a pitcher who one pitch looks like he's having control problems and then pulls the string with a nasty changeup in the next.
And punched out to center field. So Sawada leads it off with a single, and Lance, since that 5-run inning, Japan now has got back-to-back leadoff men on base to start.
Well, you figure that they've got this in one more crack at it, and you got to chip away at this 3-run lead. If you could push a run across here this inning, that'll go a long way.
And a bouncer, tag, got him. One said safe, they didn't get him, and both now say safe. And on to first in time. So a 4-3 on Uramoto will draw a conversation, as Julio Gamarchi now will come out to talk with our second base umpire, Ashley Mamacola. Mamacola and both he and Casey Waite had the safe call.
And certainly a better vantage point that we have up here. We can't tell if the tag is on. It looked like Malachuk actually did tag him, but at the same time, he could have motioned, and from our vantage point, it looks like it tagged him, but he didn't. And that's what Mamacola, obviously having a better angle than we do. And he immediately said safe, so there was no hesitation in his call.
Casey Waite now discussing with Julio Gamarchi, and they'll stay with the call on the field is safe. So one down in the inning, runner at second as Matsuda now comes to the plate.
Designated player, number 20, Hikaru Matsuda.
So Japan certainly needs something from Matsuda, working on an 0 for 2 day. This is your big power hitter in the lineup, and they could use some of that right now.
Godoy on to the corner for a strike.
See how long they're going to go with Godoy. He seems to be dodging bullets, though, and hard to take someone out when they continue to get the job done.
Misses for a ball.
Certainly doesn't have what he had in the early going. Had some good snap.
And again misses. Ball 2. And fouled off.
Big healthy rip there from Matsuda.
Two and two count with one down. There is the wiggle of the wrist. And outside, ball 3. 3-2, run it full. As Japan trying to climb their way back into this ball game, cut that lead down, make it a little bit more manageable for the 7th inning. Though they wouldn't say no to tying it up here, even taking the lead. And a bouncer. Got it on the hop. On to first. 4-3, 2 down, and a runner at third.
Good job by Godoy. I was just going to say, I think if Godoy, if this batter gets on in Matsuda, that might be the end for Godoy. But once again, pulls a bit of a Houdini act there and gets the ground out to record the second out of the inning.
Misses for a ball, and that's becoming more of the norm here for Roman Godoy in the latter stages. Time called now as batter steps out of the box. Tsukasa Oishi, who is 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a ground out, and he swings hard to foul that off.
Looked like he wanted to put that on the mountain.
Oishi the other day had the rarity, got hit by a pitch twice in the same inning And put it in play. Bad hop right off the shoulder of Godoy. Japan will take it and drive in a run.
Now, I don't know what you're going to score.
I got
when you
that as a
score
single.
Clark.
That's a bad hop.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there because that is a rocket at Godoy. I mean, and he didn't even have time to move. It was hit right at him. All he could do was make a shoulder save. That's about it.
And a strike called. Tony Mancha. Or is that just your guess? Can't hold the swing, but it's a ball for now. We'll check now. And he did go through as the scoreboard out in center field has gone on the fritz. So we've got it up on our board here at 0-2 to Kawada.
Our board's always right.
Misses for a ball. One run in here to cut the lead down 5-3. Kawada swings and misses on the rise ball. Down he goes to end the inning. Leave that runner stranded at first. One run on 2 hits and 1 left. After 6 complete, it's 5-3 in favor of Argentina as we get up on into the 7th inning on Sports Canada TV.
After 6 complete innings, it's Argentina 5 and Japan 3. Super Save is a proud supporter of the 2017 Wbsc Men's World Championship. The Yukon's #1 fence rental and propane supplier, Super Save provides for all your special event needs. Home Hardware welcomes all participants to Whitehorse. As an official supplier of the 2017 WBSC Men's World Championship, they offer Whitehorse's only covered lumberyard. Leading off for Argentina, center fielder, number 9, Teo Migliavaca.
Teo Migliavaca lead things off here for Argentina. And he'll miss for a ball.
Japan's done a good job chipping away, only trailing by 2, but going to be vital here to get out of this inning clean and unscathed.
Trying to get that down and swings through it for a strike.
Migliavaca, of course, caught looking twice in this ball game, so trying to work himself out of a little bit of a slump here, and sometimes you got to battle those demons.
Little bloop there up onto short. Koshikia takes that one. The grilled cheese man's here. How you doing, brother? There is Team USA sitting in the bleachers, looking ready to go. As that one gets fouled off.
Well, we certainly have to mention, you mentioned the grilled cheese for a chopper. Well, the hospitality here in Whitehorse has allotted for the tomato soup to go with it, so the timing appears to be perfect. And I tell you, they must like you, Chopper, because actually you don't have a free hand there. You might actually need a dolly to make your way out of here with that. But
when he goes home, he is going to have grilled cheese withdraw.
He might.
That one fouled off and rocks the head of Karaoke.
He might open up a shop. Okay. That's how much he might. Now, he might not sell them to people, but he can open up a shop so he can make them.
Well, I said he's going to go home, and first meal he'll make for his wife back home is going to be grilled cheese. Called strike 3 looking. Down goes Malarchuk, as that's his 3rd strikeout on the day.
Well, hard for you to argue the strike zone when you're halfway down the line already.
And now Manuel Godoy at the plate. Fielder's choice, scored a run. Walk and a flyout today for Manuel. That one fouled off. We do have the lineup now in hand, so I'll tell you that Team USA will start Tony Mancha for their game coming up against Australia. Andrew Kirkpatrick listed as a designated player. Adam Folkard listed as the pitcher. And foul that off. Looking at the lineup card, though, one would suggest that how it's structured, Josh White listed as the first baseman. Andrew Kirkpatrick will probably get the start there. They'll drop down to 9.
You're doing a lot of speculating there, sir.
Well, just seeing the lineup from other games this week that Lang Harrow's put together, and that has been the MO. And after yesterday's performance for Adam Folkard, it would be Andrew in the rotation.
Well,
And a different look from the left side.
Clearly Adam Folkard hasn't been 100%. That's pretty clear here based on the results. He's been nursing that ankle injury, and as a pitcher, doesn't matter which foot, it's going to affect your delivery. And
2-2 changeup fouled off. Two-two. Swung on, fouled off on the left side. Top of the morning to Varmatosian as he gets set for the Team USA game coming up next.
Varm, we miss you, buddy. Been a while. Haven't heard a good Varm story in a while. I'm sure he's accumulated a couple, so look forward to seeing him in a few weeks.
And a swing and a miss. Down to first in time. Strikeout 2-3. Up and down they go. So we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning and last call for Team Japan as they trail by a score of 5-3. It all happens next on Sports Canada TV.
As we move to the bottom half of the 7th inning, score remains Argentina 5 and Japan 3. Please join us in thanking our community sponsors, the City of Whitehorse, Big Mac Toyota, North of 60 Petro, Pizza Hut, and Total Track Yukon. Standard Bus Yukon is the official transportation provider of the 2017 Wbsc Men's World Championship. From industrial to employee transportation or corporate travel to athletics, Music Standards Charter Fleet Services guarantees safe and reliable group travel. Now pitching for Argentina, number 29, Maximiliano Montero. Leading off for Team Japan, number 8, Yasuki Tokoi.
Yasuki Tokoi will pinch hit here for Kataoka and fouls that off. Maximiliano Montero on in relief as he pumps that one in for a ball. And a swing and a miss. Strike two.
Montero comes in at a good time here, so a great job by Roman Godoy to get his team here to this point with the lead. Up to
And
Montero now. Sorry, Kyle, my bad. Montero's job now to close the door.
Montero came on in relief in the last round robin game against the Dominican. Here he's put on to shut the door in a two-run ball game. Off speed. Turn himself into the dirt on that one by Montero. One down in the inning.
Now batting for Team Japan, number 4, Atsushi Komiyama.
Atsushi Komiyama now batting. And that one misses down and away. As that one misses. And again, he'll miss for ball three. Ooh, that one fouled off and right off the chest pad of Lee Evans, and he says that's why I wear it. We'll have a re-entry for Atsushi Komiyama. And it's Yo Koshikiya who will check back in.
Third baseman, number 1, Yasuki Itoshi.
So Yasuki Tosi will come to the plate. And that one into the dirt for a ball. So Montero has come on here and not been the most accurate of throwers. Now is Gamarchi will come to the mound.
And clearly with his limited bullpen, it's maybe just to have a bit of a breather for the infield. Understand, tying run is at the plate here with one away, so Montero's going to have to pick it up just a bit.
Gamarchi doing most of the talking out there. Directed at everybody that has come to the mound. So conversation over. Pitch on, swung on, high fly ball. That's going to carry back to the track. And under it is Zara, who makes the catch. But Atoze gave that a ride, Lance, as Montero came middle in and just missed.
Clearly just got under that pitch, or we would have had ourselves a tie ball game. So dodging a bullet, Max Montero and Team Argentina.
So now it's Yusuke Morita who comes to the plate. 1 for 3 as that pitch misses for ball one. He is the all-important tying run, but right now he's just worried about extending this inning. Swing and a miss as Montero works down and away. One count. Koshikia on first. Swung on, fouled off. A little bit more intensity here from Team Argentina as they get behind Montero to finish this out. Argentina trying to punch their ticket onto our wind-up game here in the afternoon. One, two. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Morita to end the ball game. Montero comes on, puts a runner on, works around the walk, and you can make the final 5-3 for Argentina. And Lance, really, it was Japan's undoing that gave Argentina this ball game.
I think it was more like, you're absolutely right. Merry Christmas. That fifth inning was the inning that all the damage was done. And when you make errors to good teams, you're in the medal round and you're only playing good teams. It's the top 8, and if you make mistakes, they will capitalize. And Argentina just kind of sat back after that, capitalized, and were able to hang on. A valiant effort by Japan to try and scratch their way back, but the deficit too great as Argentina will move on.
So for Team Japan, after getting a double life, they go 1-2 and out. For Argentina, back-to-back wins puts them into the 6:30 ball game later on tonight here on Diamond number 1. They'll take on the winner of our next game, USA and Australia. But Lance, your player of the game.
Well, like the player of the game's got to go to Mariano Montero with 2 for 3, scored a run. He was instrumental in starting that attack, got the team's first hit, and came around to score in that 5-run fifth. So Mariano Montero is our player of the game.
So for now, we'll say so long from Whitehorse. Our next game is due to start here at 1:30 local time here in Whitehorse. For Lance Wynn, I'm Kyle Smith. We'll talk to you shortly.
Wbsc Men's World Championship merchandise, from hats to sweaters, t-shirts to duffel bags. Visit the official souvenir booth located in building number 2, just off the grass picnic area. And skip the hassle of looking for a parking spot at the park. There's a free shuttle from several different